Thank you to Lisa and Brian for inviting me here from your wellbeing department. Thank you so much. So, man down, we have 30 meetings over Cornwall, and my job as a mental health ambassador here in Cornwall is to signpost men in our community to these meetings. So, unfortunately, Cornwall is the third highest suicide rate in the UK, and nearly 75% of all suicides are men. And the biggest killer of men under 50, you've guessed it, it's suicide. So there's a lot of guys taking their life, not only in the UK, but the third highest suicide rate here in the UK is Cornwall. And Man Down was set up 5 years ago, and we really want to stop those numbers being so high. The main aim of Man Down is to bring suicide down in Cornwall. So, like I say, 30 meetings. We've got an app now as well that people can access, and the meetings are very informal, they're very chatty, they're just like this. You can have a tea and a coffee and chat to other guys that are struggling on their mental health journey. And mental health, you know, to me, mental health is, it can be online gambling, where guys are struggling with online gambling, they've had to come, they've had to tell their families about that. We get that all the time. Parental alienation is a big one. Historical things that have then contributed to a man's mental health. Addiction, drugs, breakdown in family, as I've just said, divorce, perhaps losing a job. Working from home, we're finding over the last 3 or 4 years since COVID, men are working from home more. There's no office now to go back to and socialise with people in an office environment. They've been turned into flats or apartments, so people are working at home for the foreseeable future, and that's impacting on men's mental health. Injury, if they get an injury, it can be sporting or in the workplace, and that can really bring somebody down. When they've had good physical health, when they don't have good physical health anymore, that can impact on their mental health. Alcoholism, and basically all of those I've just told you about, I've experienced quite a few of them. 5 years ago, I lost everything. I was sailing along in a nice family environment with my children and my wife, and suddenly I was displaced from them. I split up with my wife, I got divorced, and that really impacted on my mental health. I dived into alcohol for 2 or 3 years. My weight went up, I was 14 stone, and you know, it was a very dark time for me. And in that period of time, I thought that it'd be better if I wasn't around, and I very, very, very nearly checked out. So standing before you now is something that I really didn't think would be happening. So to see all your faces here is absolutely great, because I didn't think I would be here at one time. So I managed to turn it around, and I managed to grab that something within myself to carry on. And I lost weight, I felt good about myself again. I stopped drinking 4 years ago. I went from 14 stone to 10 stone, and I really wanted to help men in my community, and that's where I found Man Down. I invited the Man Down organisation into my barber's shop, and we had 32 guys regularly, fortnightly, passing a rugby ball round, lifting each other and helping each other. And then came COVID. We had to do it online, like a lot of people have to go online, but we managed to keep it going. And you know, as an organisation, we have 30 meetings. I'm so proud of those meetings, because they go as far up as Liskeard and Plymouth, right down to Penzance and beyond. So, you know, if you're a man in the community in Cornwall, you can get help. And there's no other county in the UK that, from one single organisation, that offers that. And I think, you know, I'm so proud to be living here in Cornwall, because we've reached out and helped ourselves where there's not been funding and there's not been help. We've got together as a community and we've made it happen. And I think in Cornwall, that's something very special that doesn't happen in other counties. So last year, I decided I was going to jump in a boxing ring after losing all this weight, and I was going to fight somebody and raise some money. So I sold 500 tickets in Mevagissey, put a big marquee up, and I got all the fishermen fighting each other and all the builders fighting each other, and I matched everybody up, and we had 32 guys fighting each other, and we raised from that single event £16,500, the most money that Mandown's ever received. And that was just for a little idea of let's jump in a boxing ring and see what we can do. So I started to train for that, and I got a fractured eye socket. Somebody chinned me outside the ring, and I thought, in my 50s, what am I doing? What am I doing getting involved in something like this? I sparred a lad down Penzance, took my head off, driving back with a rattled cage, and I'm thinking, I'm not going to be able to do this, this is crazy. But I knew that if we could pull this off and raise the money, not only would it help, you know, the meetings, but it would raise the profile of Mandown in Cornwall and beyond. And we managed to pull it off as a team of people around me. I'm so proud of that event, it was fantastic. And then I thought, I'm going to carry on fighting. So last September just gone, I jumped in the ring with a guy in Swindon, and I managed to raise £571. And I was doing really well, and right at the end of the round, I got chinned, and the ref stopped it. So I came away a little bit, you know, disgruntled and upset with myself, and I thought, I'm going to jump straight back in the ring, and I've got a fight this November coming up, next month. And then if I beat him, I get a rematch with the guy that beat me in February. So I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to keep going, because I want to show everybody, when you've lost absolutely everything, and there's nothing left in the tank, there's only one way to go, and that's to keep punching and keep fighting. So thank you so much for listening to me. You've got a fantastic organisation here. I can see you help each other and lift each other. You know, look out for each other, not just the men but the ladies. You know, you can notice when something's not right with somebody. So please, please, please look after each other. Don't let each other go down. Keep lifting each other. Thank you so much.